It's my favorite song. How did you know?
Come on, Stormtrooper. Come on, man.
Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty.
Come on, come on. I'll tell the fuck, man.
All right, what person on planet Earth celebrates May the 4th be with you day? The complete computer nerds, right? The white trash nerds. That's who celebrates May the 4th be with you day. What black dude even watches Star Wars? What dude watches Star Wars? The Obamas. May the 4th be with you. They even canceled a White House presser early when the Star Wars movie came out. May the 4th be with you. Now, we know they like to mock. They like to mock the fletchtards of the world, the rapture retards of the world, the lowest level of degenerates of the world of gematria potheads, complete, utter failures, losers, right? Complete, utter degenerates. Why? We came up on May 4th. May 4th. Look at the date on the 4th. May the 4th be with you. What in the hell does that say? That says May 2nd, the 2nd, on the 4th. How does nobody point this out? When is that day? Well, if zero's not a number, what they're pointing you to is exactly May 20th. There is no other date you can choose. I chose one day in March. An earthquake could have occurred any day and killed thousands and thousands of people, but it happened on the only day I chose in March. It's a flippin' ritual. The Pope could have died on any day of the month, any day of the week, but he died on the exact day, 24 hours within the exact day that I picked over here. The only day. February 26th. Weeks in advance. I said watch for a dog and a goat headline. Everything's about a goat and a dog because it was connected to Lupercalia. Exactly February 26th. Once again, if you think these calendars are a joke and you can't see the 222, Fletcher is the only joke on the planet right now. He's a complete, utter laughing stock of the world. That complete, utter loser, right? How does he not point this out with a screen name of 222? Because these people don't look at the Hebrew and the Torah calendar. They only look at one thing because they are complete retards, losers, imbeciles, brain dead mush morons. Why? Because it's right here, January 29th. Said watch for an eagle burning and it's May Day, and an American Eagle plane crashes that day, right? I mean, how do people not point this out? Because very simple, because they can't Google these words. Tevet, IR. That's the only thing you need to know if you're looking at it. This is why they always show you the 222. There's only one 222 date. In April, it was April 21st, 22nd. In May, it's May 20th and May 21st, that 24-hour period right here. May 21st and May 20th, this little 24-hour period. There's no other day you can choose. And why do timestamps matter? Why the hell do timestamps matter? Because when you're looking at a Jesuit channel with millions and millions of subs, those are controlled by the Jesuits like Canadian Prepper. He's Jesuit opposition. He's controlled. He's a paid shill, right? But his timestamps matter. Just like infographics show. They show this a year ago, a damn year ago. And look at that date, 12/22. When did the war kick off? When the hell did it kick off? Exactly on the 22nd. Right? If you go to the month 12, what is month 12? It was month 2, February. And what date was it in April? It was April's the second month. The war kicked off on the exact day of the timestamp. Are you kidding me? And this was a year ago of India-Pakistan nuclear war? Come on, dude. If you don't look at timestamps, if you look at the strong concordance and gematria, you're no better than the idiots. You're a complete idiot, just like the rest of the rapture retards. And we know the plane crashes at 9/11/01 were fake. We know there were no planes. Only Fletcher thinks there was a plane. There were no planes on 9/11. And what flight number was that? The fake flight number. Why'd they give you flight 93? Because 6s are 9s, right? 9-3. If we're in the month of May, May means 3. If you look up the month of May, it means 3, traditionally, right? So we're in the month of May. And the Jewish month IR, we're month 2. So month of May means 3. Look at that. Look at that date, May 7th. It's 3/9. 3 damn 9. And when is 3-9? Well, 3-9 is very simple. 3-9 is on May 7th, the Julian of May 20th. That's why it was Flight 93. They're telling you May 20th, all connected to the next ritual on steroids. And when was Christmas at Ground Zero released? It was released on April 23rd. April 23rd, and look at that, a 3-3 on April 23rd. When is April 23rd? April 23rd obviously was on April 22nd, right here. April 23rd, that's how they hit it from the monkeys. You have to use your brain. April 23rd. When was Christmas in 2024? When the hell was Christmas in 2024? Christmas was exactly on Kislev 24 and 22nd, right there. And what does Kislev mean? Kislev means 9 and 3. So when was Christmas? Christmas was on 3/22. 3/22, right there, right? So if it's on 3/22, all we do is we go to Christmas Day. When is Christmas? Christmas is simply, once again, on 3/22. May means 3. 3/22, right? And it's 2/22, right there. And on top of that, not only is it 2, but it's also 2/2, right? And 2/2. When is 2/2? April 30th. Why was April 30th so important? Because April 30th, right? April 29th, right? When is April 29th then? On April 30th, midday. April 30th is exactly the day, wake me up when September ends. And you saw the degenerates, the losers, the dipshits saying, oh, nothing happened April 30th. It was coded, you utter idiots. Complete, utter, blind fools that will soon burn to death and go 6 feet under into the pits of hell. Right here on May 20th, there is no other day except for this day. And what day was abortion legalized? On January 22nd, 1973. 50 full years later is January 22nd, 2024. And if you think we're in 2025, well, go watch The Fletched Heart, because you are completely lost in outer space with that loser. So, bottom line is 122. When is that day? Once again, it's April 22nd. 122. And April is the second month. So all they did to hide it from 8 billion knuckleheads was right here. Go to this date, IR 22. There is no other day you can choose in the month of May. And when did the India war kick off? Exactly on May 7th. What day was May 7th? It was 2/9. Your final warning. What day is May 7th? It's the Julian of May 20th. 2/9, the day of the Super Bowl. Your final warning. Super Bowl. And when do the gates of hell open? They open exactly right here on 9/23, September 23rd. All right, so the reason I have to berate these rapture retards is because see how frustrating this is to look at this and to follow those losers for all these years, not knowing that they are complete, utter imbeciles, complete idiots. They never even told us about September 26th. It was a day I had after September 26th, after the hurricane hit. I had September 26th a month in advance, 2024. And then a hurricane hits and Nazareth gets killed. The Julian of that date, another hurricane hits. September 26th, obviously important. The rapture retards never brought that up. What was the next day I had? I didn't pick Yom Kippur in 2024 or the rest of it like Dr. Barry Dumbass. The next day I had was October 21st. It happened on the other 21st, which was 3 days later on the 25th, a month in advance. And Iran hit Israel. Israel hit Iran on that very day that everybody was waiting for. The exact day a month in advance. On November 8th, before November 8th, a week prior, I said, watch something about Trump and Iran November 8th. And every headline on November 8th was about Trump, Iran. Every single headline. How the hell they knew that? Because November 8th was 9/5. Remember the 5th of November, right? November 5th. So if Jew calendar is 6 months apart, what's 9 minus 6? It's 3. If we have to remember the 5th of November, why don't we remember that May 7th is what is May 7th? It's 5/9, right? May is our 5th month. It is 5/9, market collapse, war coverage. 59. Remember the 5th of November. And then what is the other thing in Back to the Future? It was the 5th of November and October 26th. And if we go to October 26th, what is that day? That is 222. And what's 8 minus 6? It's 2. What is the only 222 left? It's October 26th, right here. How do the monkeys not see this? Because they are utter animals. They are dumbed down to the bone marrow. And according to CBS News, what is Pope Leo doing on his first full day as head of the Catholic Church? When is his first full day? On May 21st, according to CBS News. Inauguration is May 18th. His first full day will be May 21st. So obviously, if the History Channel and the rest of them tell you the last pope just died 13 years ago, they said the last pope is Pope Francis, and Pope Francis just died. I didn't make that up. When is his first full day? It is on May 21st, right? And what is that timestamp? 7/11. And what day was 7/11? 7/11, right here. Tishri means 7, right? Tishri means 7 and 1. So back in October 2024, October 20th and the 21st, right here, was 7/11 and 9/11, right here. 7/11, 9/11. Exactly on this day, right here, on October 21st, 7/11 is 9/11. That means there's only one great 8 day, and that is on September 26, 2024. And when was September 26? It was on 12, right? Because we're on the other calendar, we're on 12. 12/22, right? 12/22. And this is why September, so what day are we looking at? We're looking at the 20th. So if we're looking at the 20th, look at 12/20. September 24th, the day you'll never forget where you're standing. Doomsday right here on 12/20. And when the hell is 12/20? They're using month 8 right here. When they're using month 8, what is that month? It's 8 minus 6 is 2. They're using the mirror of Shezvan. It's IR. And IR, there's only one day, is this day right here on the 22nd. And this is why they hide everything. So if September 26th was when the last page of the Torah is read, and it was a leap year, so all they did was they used month 8, Tishri. Tishri was the last page of the Torah is read. That was on October 26th. It was Tishri, and then it was 26. So the last page of the Torah was read on Tishri 26. And what date was that? That was 222, October 26th. So why is that important? Because that is New Year's Eve when the last page of the Torah is read. And that's why the 22nd, you see nuclear winter. So we're starting on the 20th. The 20th, right? This is all one singular day. I will utterly burn this bitch with fire in one singular day, right here. And so what is that day? 10/30. That is April 30th. April was the month Nisan this year. Nisan 30. And if you go to April 30th, like I just did earlier, you'll see that April 30th was the second, 222. That's why May 4th was the 4th, obviously. It was May 2nd. So that's how you get your 2-2. That was the second, April 30th. Wake me up when September ends. This is why you had to have April 30th. So if it wasn't April 30th, the next day to watch is obviously May 20th. Right there, it was the 2-2-2 connection. They're going to hide everything from the 8 billion masses of asses, the biggest ass being the Fletchtard and the Rapture retards. Why are they Rapture retards? Because look at this. From the first day that the graphene juice was administered in New York City, the gate of Babylon, exactly 1,260 days on the dot is May 20th, 2025. And what are the odds? That day is literally the 222 date. And what is 1,260 days? The completion of 1,260 days marks the time of the end. 1,260 right there. 1,260. And what is 1,335 days I just read? The anniversary of 923. 923 right there. That's why the September End song says summer has come and passed, the innocence can never last, wake me up, September ends, right? But it says 7 years. And then it says 20 years. 20 years and 7 years in the same verse. Why? Because 20 years from 9/11 is exactly on 9/23/2021. September 11th was on the 23rd of Elul, 9/23. 20 years has passed. So on September 23rd, 2021 was your 20 years. And then you wait 1,335 days on the dot to 5/20. Give me a break. Give me a break. And when was 1290? Obviously 1290 was on 7/11, right? 7/11, right here, 7/11 was on 1290 days from 1290 days ago was 7/11, 11/7, right? So 7/11, 1260 days from the day the abomination that causes desolation is set up. 1260 on the damn dot. And leave the world behind. When should you leave the world behind? On 8/21. When is 8/21? Well, IR means 2 and IR means 8. So when is the 21st? On April 21st, obviously. So by the time we get to April 20th, in the middle of the day into April 21st, that's your 24-hour period. Leave the world behind. And that's why it released on 128. Because if you go to 128, what is that day? 128 is right here on September 24th. 7 minus 6 is 1, right? Sep means 7. Obviously, we all know that. 128 right here. So leave the world behind on 128. Sep 24. When is that day? It's April 22nd. Damn, April 22nd right here. And when is April? April is the second month. So all they're doing is using this 222. Leave the world behind. When was Obama in the classroom? Obama was in the classroom on December 7th, 2023. What was that day? 9/22. 9/22. Actually, that's not the day Obama was in the classroom. December 7th was the headline. The headline said, hopefully nobody dies. And that was on December 7th, 9/22. So the question is, when was Obama in the classroom? He was in the classroom right here on 9/27, December 12th. 9/27, the 27 Club. Let's look at what 9/27 was. 9/27 right here was on obviously December 12th. And what does Decem mean? Decem means 10, right? Decem means 10. The meaning of the word Decem is 10. So he was on the classroom on 12/12, 10/10, 10 damn 10. And if we subtract 222 days from our May 20th date, what does that get you? To 10/10 right there. 10 damn 10. And 10/10 in 2024 was Yom Kippur, the Day of Judgment. But you have to wait. You have to wait till Shemini Ezrat, the Great 8 Day. That's why the song came out on September 20th, or the movie, the documentary called The Great 8 Day came out September 24th. There is no other day except for 222 in May 20th. May 20th after midday has got to be something massive, just like it was in April 21st. The only day I had in April before the 29th was April 22nd, right there. And the Pope dies in India-Pakistan kickoff, nuclear powers. And what happened I'm recording this on May 11th, right? May 10th. We have 11 days left until Christmas, or 10 days technically, the final 10-day countdown until Christmas. And what happened today on May 10th? Trump did a ceasefire. Trump announces full and immediate ceasefire right here. Full and immediate ceasefire on May 10th. Why? Because they need time to get this thing going until they need to wait the 10 days to get the nukes. And all the nukes are going to go at the same exact time. That's when everybody burns to utter death. And May damn 10th. Bottom line is, after a long mediated talk, there was no long talks unless you're a flesh tart. All this is scripted nonsense to get us to the big day. And in the days of judgment, the foundation exposed became visible. The half moon was part of the foundation. So on 9/11, it again became visible. It reappeared in the same waters. The building is juxtaposed against the breaking down. So a half moon that sailed past the same waters along the islands and trees on the day of planting now sail past the skis and skyscrapers on the day of the breaking down. The half moon, the ship that founded New York, was called the half moon, and they made sure the half moon sailed on that day. Let's look at the moon phase on May 20th. What are the damn odds? It's a half moon. A half damn moon on May 20th. That's why you cannot choose any other day but 222. And if you look at the fear greed index, where is it at now? Remember when the rapture retards, when the market was crashing on April 2nd? This is it, guys. Market collapse war coverage. I was the only one saying it's going to juice. And look at it now. It's juiced beyond belief. And look at this. It broke past the April 2nd low right to the 200-day moving average. Right there, the April 2nd when Trump did his thing, his fake trade war thing on Elul 29. It's back it is literally back. And let's look at scam coin. Scam coin to the roof. 103 in this red box right there is where all the sellers are sitting. So we have 10 days right around this number. It's going to be sitting here right around 10 days, literally at 103, which is literally a double top. When's a double top? At 109. So watch this thing hit close to a double top. I bet it gets to 105, 106, something like that. So the double top is the sign of the very top, and we have 10 days to get there on the crypto clown scam coin nonsense right here, right? The double damn top. And this is nuts. If you see Palm in the comments talking about all the food recalls, 63,000 pounds of oatmeal. I mean, all these, I have never seen recalls like this. 4 more chips and chicken breasts and all this other stuff. Never seen recalls. I don't know how she knows about all these recalls, but there's obviously something that shows all these recalls. And this is nuts. More recalls. Honey roasted peanuts. I mean, they're stocking the bunkers like nuts. I mean, these comments are nuts right here. But this is the recall that nobody else is reporting on because they do not understand. Obviously, I don't understand either. I didn't know about all these recalls, so glad she put these in the comments. But unbelievable. They're stocking the bunkers. They're sending all the big boys over there. And here it is, like my father's come to pass, 20 years gone so fast. 20 years after September 11th, 2021, and then 7 years, 7 months, 7 days after the Revelation 12 sign, April 30th. And when is April 30th? 5/2, right there. That's how they hit it, right there. That's why you have to have Wake Me Up When September Ends. And what's 7 years? 7 years of Trump, right? 7 years has passed since the Revelation 12 sign. 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. April 30th. All they're doing is they're using 0 as not a number. That's why you got to look at May 20th on top of it being everything else. Anna left this in the comments right here. With this guy uploaded 10 months ago, and if you click on it right here, he talks about the day May 15th. Obviously nothing happens May 15th, but he said he's within our 5 days of our date, May 20th, over 10 months ago. And this was a similar combination to when Hiroshima and Nagasaki went off back in the first fake nuke nonsense, right? So this right here is the same lineup. So May 20th is off the charts.